Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Glad you're with me today. Happy Friday. So this video is going to be a little bit longer than the ones that I normally post, but it's mainly because I have a little bit of a combination to share with you. So it's how to prepare for when you know you're going in for surgery. We did the packing video, but there's a couple more things that I wanted to share with you about how to get your house in order, finances, where to get help if you need help with meals, if you live alone, and what resources might be available to help, things like that. And then also, because I had some mobility issues after my surgery, if you happen to deal with that or you're a caretaker for someone that does, maybe some of these ideas might be able to help too. And of course, keeping things in perspective, right? That's always helpful. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first thing that I'll say is I am the person that pays the bills in my family. So what I did was, and I was already in the hospital at the time, but I had my husband bring my laptop so that I could make sure that all of the bills that needed to be paid during the week of my surgery, as far as that day, and then about 7 days afterward, would be paid. Another item that I would plan in advance was I contacted my insurance company because I saw in my benefits booklet that there was a benefit for meals to be delivered to my home if I had been inpatient, which I knew I was going to be. At that point, I had already been in the hospital for 4 or 5 weeks. So I knew that I was eligible. So I had them send meals directly to my home. And that benefit was great because a lot of those foods, even though I wasn't going to be eating them right away, my husband could, so I didn't have to make those meals. They came frozen. He just stuck them in the freezer and he was able to eat them when he needed them. Now, also regarding meals, if you belong to a church or a community organization, I would definitely let them know that you're having surgery. And if you're already in the hospital, maybe another family member can also ask for help with these organizations. I had friends at church, neighbors. We had people that were really stepping in to help take care of things. For instance, I got out of the hospital the day before Thanksgiving. We didn't have anything for Thanksgiving, but our amazing next door neighbors brought over a turkey and all of the fixins. So we had our Thanksgiving dinner. And don't forget about family. Whatever family you have in the area, for me, the family in my area is in-laws, but it's family. And so we are really blessed to be able to have people locally to help. But if you don't, reach out to the community organizations or church. Some other items you might want to plan in advance: chores like house cleaning or taking care of pets. Somebody's got to walk the dog. If you're like me and you have an 80-90 pound dog, that wasn't going to be something I could do right away. So enlisting the help of friends, neighbors, again, community organizations or church. There are always people that are wanting to help and be of service. It's just up to us to ask for that help. Sometimes it's hard, but it's such a blessing for them to help and for us to receive the help. Now, as far as cleaning the house, we were also able to have a house cleaner come, and my husband, myself, and Libby, our dog, we just left for several hours and they just went completely through the house. Now, I had also had C. diff. So part of the CDC's recommendations is to bleach everything when somebody has C. diff in the house. So these gals came in and they just took complete care of everything, and it smelled amazing, and nobody got sick. Nobody got C. diff after I had had it. My husband never got it. So number one, make it easy on yourself, right? As easy as possible, because we're already going through a lot. If you can have somebody that you trust come in and clean, I would totally do it. And speaking of having other people help, if you have older kids in the home that are able to take on chores, if you know you're going in the hospital, now is a great time to show them what needs to be done if you haven't already. Washing dishes, doing laundry, vacuuming, cleaning the floors, cleaning the bathrooms. Even just having that help that you know when you go in the hospital, things are going to be done, is such a huge weight. It was for me, lifted off of my shoulders. And quickly, speaking of meals, of course, I have a video regarding what I ate post-op, and I'll just post that card here so you can check it out later on. But groceries stocked up. If you know in advance what you're going to be eating, definitely just stock up on those groceries. Tell the rest of the family, hands off. This is my stuff. I need this specifically after surgery. Now, if you've already asked for supplies in advance from the manufacturers or from suppliers, depending on what country you're in, I do have links in my description regarding what I call the big three: Hollister, ConvaTec, and Coloplast in the United States. There's others, and they also have their respective countries that they distribute to. But having the supplies in advance will help you also feel like you've got some control over what's going on. Having a place to store them already, either under the sink, in a bin, or a basket. Having storage in your closet or in a chest of drawers. Or even this great idea that Amber from the Ostomy Diaries had. I just absolutely loved this. It's a shoe holder, but it's clear, so you can hang it up on the back of your door and just stick the supplies in that you need. You can always see what you have, what you don't have, what you're low on. This shoe thing is a great idea. Now, for when you get home, what that's going to look like is going to be different for everybody, depending on what your status was when you left the hospital. Some people have great energy. Myself, I had a situation where I was not able to walk at all after surgery because my leg had been numb during the pre-anesthesia block. So it was a rare complication. I don't say that to make anybody nervous. I will say that it was amazing for pain control, awesome for pain control. Unfortunately, when the anesthesiologist administered the block with the needle, he hit my left femoral nerve. So that runs down the entire length of your leg. By the time I woke up from surgery, my leg did not wake up. So I had the added challenge of mobility issues. If it was just for the fact of having the ileostomy, that went great. Thanks to that tap block, my stoma actually woke up quickly and my pain was minimal with only 1 dose of narcotics needed post-op. I mean, that total colectomy, I had to have it done. But I had the added issue of needing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and some mobility assistance whenever I needed to go to the restroom. So with those challenges, I was actually in the hospital probably 10 days longer than I needed to be because I had to learn how to walk again. And it took about 7 to 8, 9 months or so before I was able to retire my wheelchair and my walker and my long leg cast. So when I got home, there were more challenges for me maybe than most. Unless you already have mobility issues, then some of this information might be helpful to you too. So when I was not able to basically get off the toilet before my surgery, we went and bought this porta potty. Now it's one that people use for camping. It's wonderful. It's like having a toilet wherever you need to be. And we just used this next to my side of the bed in the master bedroom because I was getting up in the middle of the night, immediately falling, and that wasn't good. So having this porta potty next to my side of the bed, all I needed to do was just move myself over to it, use it, and then I could go back to sleep without risking a fall. It was like $50 or $60. This card will give you some of the information. Now, aside from my mobility issues, as far as healing from the surgery, because of my mobility issues, I was actually able to have home health come in and help me with my changes, which was a huge blessing considering everything that had happened. But it got me into a routine and it got me used to being able to change my ostomy appliance. And originally, it kind of feels a little intimidating, let's face it. It's something totally new. I didn't want to do it wrong, but I learned how after a while to just kind of relax with it. And the bottom line is, it's only poop. Now, I don't have kids, so I don't know what it's like to change diapers, but I think if you're a mom and you've had to do that, it's only poop. You will get used to it. it's okay, and you will get better at it. And that's probably one of the best feelings of confidence through all of this. When you learn that it's okay, that if something happens like a leak or you didn't do it exactly covering the spots that you needed to, you'll learn for the next time. One of the best pieces of advice that I can give, breathe. Just breathe. It's okay. You're gonna get through this. You will get to the other side of feeling like you're just fumbling around with these appliances in this new routine. Cut yourself some slack. You're not going to be perfect. You're not supposed to be perfect, and that's okay. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Well, I hope this information has been helpful, and if you would leave comments and let me know in the comment section, and also if you liked it, share if you want to share it with somebody else that might be able to get some use out of it as well, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. That tells YouTube that this content is valuable, and the algorithms, the AI, will go ahead and share it with other people so they can get the help too. So thanks for being with me today. I will see you on the next video. Y'all live blessed.